Hi, I'm Bishop David with the Ukrainian Catholic Eparchy of Edmonton, and thank you for allowing me into your homes, into your hearts, just for a few minutes to talk about the war in Ukraine and our humanitarian efforts. Unprecedented is this crisis that we're responding to since the Second World War. I, like you, as this month ago now, was disappointed, frustrated, angered, surprised, in disbelief that in our day and age, brother and sister could be at war one with another, especially in Europe. And many nights as I would watch the news, like you, as this tears would form in my eyes. So one of those early Sundays I went to St. George's Parish, where here in Edmonton, where many of the parishioners are from Ukraine or still have very, very close family ties to Ukraine. And my message was to them that I came here to support you and to be supported by you. It works both ways. We pray for us, we journey with one another. So that's why today I want to especially thank you and to share a little bit about the monies that we've been collecting here at the Eparchy and beyond, and what they're being used for. So to date, in a relatively short period of time, we've raised well over $1 million through your kindness, through your generosity, through your outpouring of love. Saint Teresa of Calcutta says, do small things with great love. And you have done much with great love to respond to all of the needs of the people in Ukraine. So some specifics, just to give you kind of an idea of what the need is to journey with the 10 million. It's like a quarter of the population of Ukraine that are displaced, whether internally within Ukraine or in Poland and like countries, or those that have arrived and will be arriving in Canada. Understandably, there's a great need for shelter, for medicines, for food. So, for example, the Sheptytsky Institute Hospital, the Sheptytsky Hospital in Lviv, has been receiving some of your funds. The seminaries in Kyiv, the seminarians are studying online in safe places. But the seminary building in Kyiv and the new residence that is being built for them in the classrooms, hundreds of refugee families are finding shelter there. And so we're sending monies to them each week so that they can have food and the medical, the counseling, clothing, all of the things that we take for granted in our daily lives. Our parishes in Western Ukraine, again back to the city of Lviv, have become the center for 60,000 refugees, 60,000 of people internally displaced. The parishes have really become, as Pope Francis is fond of saying, as the field ministry hospitals, where they're sleeping within the churches. This is their home. And you've made this possible for them. Recently, some of the immigrants, the newcomers to Canada, have arrived and are arriving. We don't know the extent, we don't know the numbers, but our local parishes, together with you, are responding to the need. Local parish communities, local parish ad hoc committees of 1, 2, 3 people, 20, 30 people are coming together and imagining what the need will be. So I would say that 2 things in that regard, if I could share with you today. One is, first and foremost, we'll welcome them to Canada. Our parishes will journey with them in providing the basic essentials, finding a roof over their heads, getting the young children enrolled in schools, helping people to find jobs, put clothes on their back and food on the table. So we'll be part of that. But secondly, as a parish, as a church, we want to accompany them in their spiritual needs. Many of these that will be coming to Canada and to more local into our parishes and communities will be women and children. Understandably, the men 18 to 60, 65 are not allowed to leave the country in most instances. So there's a special need. We're all a family. And so we want to accompany the mothers and the children. How might we as a parish respond to those spiritual needs once the basics are looked after? They've got a roof over their head and food on the table. Well, if we can organize opportunities for those that are coming to Canada to gather, and that may just be as this inviting them to church in a very welcoming way, providing a dinner, organizing a lunch, where they can come together. Mothers of Prayer, the Matri Molitve groups, where the mothers can come together. There's a prayer program, a booklet that they can follow, and we can look after their kids in the meantime. But they will minister one to another. Kitchigamon news, how is your son, how is your father, how is your brother? Still back in Ukraine fighting the war, or in countries awaiting in safety the news of what will become next. But we can provide some counseling services for them on those opportunities. It's very traumatic. They're dealing with the effects of war and not knowing what will be next. Perhaps we can organize a clothing drive. I have two new great nieces and nephews, twins, as a matter of fact. Pampers and baby food is expensive. So maybe your parish can gather, or your community can gather those things that will be needed on a day-to-day basis. Perhaps the parish can organize those additional pots and pans and furniture that are needed to accommodate and to supplement the homes in which they're living. Maybe we can organize ESL, or English language classes for the kids and for the mothers, the parents alike. Perhaps your parish can organize something for the children, a summer day camp, just to bring the kids together, give the mothers a little bit of a break, but allow children to be children, to laugh, to run, and to play. But all in the context is this of a loving and a caring God. And the list goes on and on and on. We have done much. There is much more to be done, but with a very grateful heart, filled and supported by your love and by your outpouring of humanitarian aid and support. This is huge. It's a huge need, but you've responded in a huge way. Two final thoughts. One, I'd like to recall the words of Mother Teresa here, Saint Teresa of Calcutta, who says, "Let us do small things with great love." Whatever you've been able to offer in your prayer, in a welcome, in a conversation, a donation, a helping hand in organizing a fundraiser, putting together packages to welcome kits, whatever it is, these are not really just small things, but they're small things done with great love, out of the love of the heart of Christ himself. You are the face of Christ in these newcomers. And secondly, and finally, I just want to lift you up in prayer. Every time that I and all of the priests that pray in gratitude for your outpouring of love and for peace for Ukraine, and accompaniment is this for those that are in need. Know that at each and every celebration of the Divine Liturgy, when after the reading of the Gospel, the welcoming of the living Word, the gifts of bread and wine are transferred from the table of preparation, the proscomedianic, and are brought in solemn procession, will be placed on the altar and will become the body and blood of Christ. The priest and the deacon. Each and every time, pray for Pope Francis, Patriarch Swetoslaw, Metropolitan Lawrence, and the local bishop. But listen well to the words that the priest also prays for the benefactors and founders of this church. That's you. Please know that you are generous benefactors and founders, prayer warriors, supporters. We carry you in prayer each and every day. We lift you up before the Lord, and may the Lord truly bless you and your families. There is much need, but there is much response. And for this, I'm truly grateful. And I ask that God bless you, and that the Mother of God, our Mother, Jesus' Mother, blesses you and watches over you, your family, and your loved ones in a special way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May God bless you. Slava Iisus Christu. Glory be to Jesus Christ.